Hey everyone, Ray Alfalla here. We'll be covering the beat car with the fixed setup at New Hampshire. So we'll go over here using VRS. We'll go to the data pack, 2017 season 3. Down here to the New Hampshire data pack. So you can see right here you have your B lap, your O lap files, the replay zip, and the setup, which is the fixed setup. Now we're going to go to learn track right here. And this will load the whole run. Now I'm going to pause it and go back to the beginning. As you can see up here, you can choose which laps. We're going to start with our fastest lap. That will be our hot lap, and you can select the laps from perfect, optimal, fastest, average, and so on, all the way down to the whole run. So we're going to start with our fastest lap. And here we go, taking the green flag again through turns 3 and 4. I took a nice wide arc to get a nice big run down the front stretch. We take the green right here, entering turn 1. Now there's several different options on this track. This setup is pretty tight, so kind of running a lower line actually seems better for this car here. But if your car is more on the loose side, you can actually go even above this seam right here on the pavement. So as you can see, I'm kind of keeping it on the traditional line that they run in the real world. Hard on the gas, using the brake. I don't actually use the turn markers here, the brake markers. You can see there's a 1, there's a 2, so I'm kind of braking at the 2 marker. I kind of just know where I should brake based on how the engine sounds and just the rhythm you get into, and then just the experience of running this track. But you can use those markers if you'd like, but I usually just look at the corner and just kind of eventually figure out that, you know, once I'm this close to the corner, this is when I should be braking. And as far as braking goes, it's pretty heavy braking on this track. You know, it's basically a short track. It's a 1 mile short track, you know, being so flat. So you're getting on the brakes, you know, half brake, you know, 50% brake, maybe 60-70 in some cases. Riding it through the center of the corner. Again, I let it slide up a little bit too much right here in the center, but got back on the gas pretty decently, and we come off the corner to complete our lap time. Now we're going to go load lap 10, so we go up to laps. Up here, click the laps again, and now scroll down here to lap 10. This loads lap 10 for us. This will be at 31.46. The original hot lap was a 30.83. So here we go. Again, not much changing. I have tried different lines. Right here I'm trying more of the traditional iRacing line around this track. But that would be more for a looser setup. So as you can see, I'm going to go up here and just kind of use this line right here on the track as my apron, kind of. And just try to keep it in that lane between this line and that darker part of the track over there, and then bring it down a little bit on exit. Aggressive on the throttle. This setup in this car, the car does not turn well up there at all. As you can see, I'm keeping it up on purpose. You know, it's not terrible, but the bottom is the faster way to go. Not all the way at the bottom, but you'll see later on what I mean. Now here we're going to start lap 20. Enter turn 1 right here, and I'm actually kind of running the same line as in lap 10, but I was trying more to keep it lower. I actually kind of overdrove the entry of the corner right there, got on the splitter. Again, if you hit the brakes too hard, you know the splitter will bottom out, and it'll just kind of, you know, the front tires will lose grip. As you can see, I stayed a little bit lower right there in 3 and 4, and it actually cut a little bit better, and it's a little bit better lap time than the previous lap. Now here we start lap 30. This lap will be at 32 flat. As you can see, I'm going down to the bottom. I'm actually trying to use, there's less banking right here on the very bottom line. So between this yellow line and these hash marks right here, there's less banking right here. And you can use that to kind of de-wedge the car and make it turn a little bit better. But it didn't really have that effect on this lap. You know, the less banking seemed to, you know, this setup is being already pretty tight. It seemed to just make it want to turn even less. So this is kind of the line you want to run even on the other end of the track. Just kind of keep it right there between. I'm gonna rewind here a little bit. You know, these hash marks on the track right here. If you keep it in this lane, with this setup this week, it seems to be the fastest way to go. Down here is less banking, and up here it just doesn't turn as well. So that completes lap 30. And now here we start our final lap. Entering turn 1, again 50 or 60% brake. Keep it pinned down right there. Again, right here I'm kind of straddling both, this hash mark. I'm not all the way down here as I could be, but I'm also not all the way up here. So, I'm kind of just best of both worlds. Bring it down a little bit on exit just to give yourself more room. Up next to the wall. Make sure you're not getting any wheel spin on this track, because if you burn that right rear off, it'll be really, really bad on entry. Again, keep it pretty low. Just be very patient with the throttle. And once you get on the throttle, try to get on it pretty aggressively. Try to wait long enough so that once you get on the throttle, you can get on it all the way. You don't want to be coasting the throttle in the middle of the corner. You want to be hard on the brakes, let it coast in the center, and then once you get on the gas, make sure you get on the gas pretty hard. Wait for the car to be ready for that throttle application. And that's 40 laps with the B car around New Hampshire. Now we are going to use the VRS software to compare one lap against the other. So we're going to go to driving stats right here. So you'd go to your personal driving stats, you choose the one you'd want. So right now, the Xfinity car at New Hampshire. And right here where it says improvement, target, and opportunities, you'd click see video for the full track analysis. So this will pop up basically a comparison videos between 2 laps. And we're going to toggle this out right here by clicking these 4 squares up here just to view one video. And now we're going to go to laps, and we're going to compare down here. We're going to compare lap 39 against lap 40. As you can see, between lap 39 and lap 40, I slowed down on lap 40 by about 1/10.5. And that's, a bit odd, as, the tires don't wear that much. Tires don't wear enough to lose that much time between one lap and the next, especially when they're already so worn out, where there's not a huge, difference in speed. Like, for example, between lap 1 and lap 2, or, the beginning of a run, you'll see a lot more drop off in times as those tires heat up and lose a bunch of grip. So we're going to go put lap 39 right here and compare it to lap 40. So what this will do, and you just click right here to make that disappear. On the video, we'll be showing lap 39, which is the faster lap. And on the comparison here, right here where it says the feet and whatnot, it'll show the second lap, which is the one we're comparing to, which is lap 40. So now we're clicking play here, entering turn 1. So right here, as you can see, I kept it much slower in lap 39 than lap 40. Lap 40, I'm 6.53 feet higher at this point, so I'm basically running that higher groove in comparison to this lap. This lap, I kept it lower. I'm actually almost 300 slower at this point. But then right there, I hooked that apron right there. As I mentioned earlier, you can kind of use that to hook the car, and it'll make it just rotate, especially with the setup being so tight. And as you can see right there, I'm starting to pick up time off the corner. I'm, 600, 700s better now. Entering the corner right here, big difference. Now it's almost the opposite. With lap 40, I choose to really hug the bottom in 3 and 4. Where with this lap, I took it in pretty deep, and I kind of let it. I didn't go all the way up here, right next to the seam, but I kind of, I let it go right up here, and really got back on the gas pretty early. And as you can see, the time just keeps growing as I was able to get a straight shot up off the corner. So that's a good way to compare those laps. And if you'd like to actually swap those laps, so you can now see the video of the slower lap, then you just go up to laps right here, and right here you hit swap laps. Right there, it swaps laps, and now I can play the slower lap, which is lap 40. So as you can see, I go in, kind of higher in 1 and 2, and it's a little bit tighter. So you come off the corner, as you can see right here, as compared to before, I'm losing time. As you can see, I kept it lower right there. The car just didn't rotate. And yeah, that's the comparison between the two laps using the VRS software. One of the features we offer at Virtual Racing School is live coaching. There's a one-on-one coach, and there's also a group coach. So if you go to group classes right here, you can see who is offering the coaching and how many seats are taken. So you can choose to join the class. It'll be 4 weeks, 4 sessions, 1 hour each. And a coach will sit with a group of drivers and critique, whatever they're doing, whether it be, through the analyzer or on the racetrack. And if you also like a one-on-one session, you just click on coaches right here, and you just choose whoever you want to as coach. So if you want me as coach, you click on my name, you go to request session and pick whatever you like. So, that's one of the features we offer here at VRS, and we hope to see you at a live coaching session soon.